Welcome for scenario 5. Let's go to the simulator and see what exactly in the scenario 5 they are asking. So in the scenario 5 you have to create an Hive table using the Hive script. That's very simple. I won't say very simple actually, because the data format is a challenge here. So what they are saying, in a file you are receiving, this is the header of the file where name and the data is pipe separated. Actual data point is a pipe separated name, then various locations where the user works. So this location can be location 1 2 3 4 5, up to 5 or more than that, even that you can have. So correct the business places where it is going to work. And the second field the comes as a pipe separated, again the sex of the person and the age of the person, and his father name are colon separated by the number of child this guy has. Okay, so this is the structure. So this could be various structures. So what they really want you to design a table which can handle the complex data type in the Hive. So like if you have to directly it is the CSV file, like each field is separated by CSV or something, then it would be easy to load the file. But here the data is pipe separated and each field can contain more than one element. So here you can see the second element has a 5 location, that is possible 5 location. Third element has a 2 attributes. Okay, so and fourth element has a key value kind of thing, his father name and the number of child this father has in total. So this kind of information you need to store in the Hive table. How would you design the table using the complex data type? Again, if you don't know the Hive in depth, then it would be a challenge, because there are various data types are supported by the Hive itself. So you need to understand the data type in depth to work for this. So I would say simply, if you are a Java guy or .NET guy, you can easily understand this is the array. Correct. So you need to use the array to store this kind of information. Name is a single field, that is fine. This is a sex and age. There's just two different attributes. So this is kind of object class which has two attributes. So to in Hive to represent this thing, we have to use the struct. Okay, the struct here you can see in the solution part. Okay, so this is first business places as an array of string. So this is a string. First field is a name. The third field sex and age combination, and that is a structure, which is sex as a string type, age as an integer type we are going to store, and this is comma separated. Okay, and father name and number of child combination is a map key value. So the father name is here and how many child this person has, and the row formatted delimited. Okay, row format delimited syntax you have to use. Then fields terminated by pipe. So while loading the data, it should be like actually they might give you data to load as well, but here we are not going to load the data, we are just going to create the table of this structure. And this is the data format. You can even try like creating this kind of format and loading the data in this using while loading, like, but right now let's just create this Hive table using this structure, and can we see the this value and collection items terminated by. So what is the collection items here? The array list is the collections over here, so that is separated by the comma. So this we for each complex data type you have to provide like what is the delimiter. So actual each field delimited by the pipe, and inside the field there are collections, like array is the one of the collection which is all the fields are separated by comma, and map keys are terminated by colon. So like we know like key and value, and this is the key part and this is the value part, and this is separated by the colon. So that is what about this. Like, let's go to the Hive and execute this and create a table family head in the default schema. So let's check whether we already have tables or not. If we have, then we have to drop this table, then we will create it. So I don't see family head is created here. So let's copy the syntax here. Okay, so little bit let me change here. Okay, so this is the correct syntax where create table, family head is the name of the table, name is a string, business places like array of strings, sex and age structure, and number of childs, that is a key value pair, father name and this, and let's create this syntax should work, and we should be able to create the table. And then once the table is created, we should be able to load the data as well. So there is some special character in between, so that's the reason we are getting error. So let me type in or something to do this. Okay, just okay. So there was a tab character for for each line which we're creating. So I just to justify this character because it can be shown in properly in the simulator. So that's the reason it was showing here error. So let's just I have copy pasted, and let's do for this again. The family had already exists, it says, and we have checked, it was not there. So something that has already been created or what? I don't see this table. Oh, this table here already exists. We missed this actually. So first drop this table, and it's very simple, nothing special. So we'll learn many things. So that's the reason hands-on is required actually. Let me copy paste again the content here. Enter. Now the show tables. That's the show tables. So table has been created, family head. Let's describe this table. Describe family head. So this is the description of the table. Like name column is string type, business places is an array of string. This is section H as an a string and integer, father name and number of child key value pair. So now we can store the data in this format from this file to this file. Okay, so we can using the load command, we can load this data in this Hive table. So there is another way to describe in more better way. Let me check. Formatted family head. So what it is more better description, like in depth, it's not I would say better, they both are whatever you need accordingly. So this is the data type related information. So detailed table information. So database is a default. Who is the owner of this table? Cloudera. Created time and last access time unknown, protected production mode none, or location there's like a user Hive warehouse under family head. So this is the location where the file has been created. What is the table type? Is managed table. So if you there are two types of tables in Hive actually, managed table and external table. External table will actually won't have data inside this directory, that would be somewhere in the HDFS. That is the main difference. That is itself is a big topic, so I cannot cover here, but just to give you, if you know, that's great. If you don't know, so that this is like managed table will create the data always under this user Hive warehouse directory. If there's external table is like data somewhere already exists in the HDFS cluster, and you just accessing using the Hive this data by creating the metadata information. So SERD serialization and deserialization library. So lazy simple SERD we are using here. Like by default it is being used. Input format, text input format, because it's what text data. We have not provided any different format. Hive ignored key text output format. Compression, there is no compression. In exam they can ask you to compress the data while importing or while creating the data. Bucket columns, and the column delimiter is comma. So each column will be separated by, sorry, collection delimiter is a collection. Okay, that is a spelling mistake, I can say. Okay, field delimiter is pipe, map key is column, and serialization format is also so. And we have 32 rows created inside this table, which, oh sorry, the total rows fetched here 32, because table does should not have data, because we have just created. How could it would have data? So this is empty table. Okay, so this 32 rows extracted while we have queried the formatted information. So this is the command, describe formatted family head. When you want to really want to check whether your table you have created using proper serialization format, compression format, which is asked in the real exam in the questions. So that's all about this Hive, this particular scenario. Thanks for watching, and let's wait for the next scenario to be solved. And please subscribe the channel, don't forget.